It was New Year's Eve, and my little sister was begging me to play hide and seek. The second I covered my eyes and started counting to 30, that eraser in my brain started moving again. It's a strange, smooth sensation, the feeling of a chalkboard being wiped clean while the chalk is still writing. Then, I simply turned around, walked back into the house, and started watching the New Year's countdown on television. An hour later, my mother was kneeling in front of me, her hands gripping my shoulders. "Elena, where's your sister?" "Sister," I blinked, the flickering light of the television reflecting in my eyes. "I don't have a sister." The look on my mother's face shifted instantly. It wasn't just worry, it was a flash of pure, unadulterated horror. Nobody stayed for the New Year's dinner. They abandoned the roast and the wine, charging out into the driving blizzard. But no matter how loud they screamed her name, Sophie didn't appear. My mother's hand flew up, catching me across the face with a sickening crack. Her eyes were rimmed with a violent red. "Did I not tell you to watch her? Did I not tell you to stay by her side every single second? Where is she, Elena? Which way did she go? Answer me." She shoved me, and I tumbled backward, sinking into the freezing slush outside the porch. "Why couldn't it have been you?" she wailed, her voice breaking over the wind. "Why couldn't the idiot be the one who got lost? You don't remember anything anyway. You forgot your sister today. What's next? Me or father? Are we just going to disappear from your head too?" She lunged at me again, but my father caught her, pulling her back. They were both sobbing now, their grief a physical weight in the air. I felt a hollow ache in my chest. She was right. Why couldn't it have been me? My father held my mother's wrist tight, stopping her hand just inches from my cheek. "Enough." His voice was a jagged rasp. "She's sick, Diane. You know she's sick. Because she's sick is exactly why I told her not to leave the house." My mother wrenched her hand free, though she didn't come near me again. She just stood there, staring at me with those bloodshot eyes. "She's only 4. It's freezing out there. Where could she go?" 4? I tried to speak, but no sound came out. Was the sister 4 years old? My mind was a blank slate. Beyond the muffled sounds of the television and the swirling white flakes falling from the sky, there was nothing. No memories of a little girl, no echoes of laughter. The neighbors started arriving, drawn by the commotion. I stood there alone, the crowd's shouts fading as they called out for Sunny. "Sunny, isn't that my name?" A fragment of a memory flickered. I was 3 years old, and my parents were calling me Sunny. "Elena, what are you doing just standing there? Get moving and help find your sister." "Elena." When did my name change again? I couldn't wrap my head around it, so I stopped trying. As I stood up, a cry erupted from the distance. "Found her! She's here!" Everyone rushed toward the old oak tree at the edge of the property. There was a shallow depression there, a hollow in the earth now, partially filled with snow. Sophie was inside it. Her face was a terrifying shade of blue-purple, her golden hair matted with icicles. My mother let out a harrowing scream and threw herself into the pit. "Sunny, my baby." As if sensing the heat, Sophie's eyes fluttered open, but she didn't look at our mother. She looked straight at me. "Lainey, why didn't you come find me?" She began to cry, a weak, thin sound. "You promised you'd count to 30 and find me. I hid so well. I was waiting for you." My mother's head snapped toward me. She placed Sophie down gently and walked toward me with a terrifying, slow gate slap. The blow landed this time. My left ear rang instantly, a high-pitched whine that drowned out the wind. "Are you happy now?" My mother's voice trembled with a lethal rage. "Are you satisfied seeing her nearly freeze to death? This goddamn disease. You forget your sister. You forget us. I bet you're just waiting for the day you can forget yourself." The tears finally spilled over her cheeks. "Or maybe you're faking it. Maybe you did this on purpose, pretending to forget just so she'd die out here alone in the cold." "That's enough." My father finally spoke, but he didn't look at me. He was busy wrapping Sophie in his coat. "Get her inside. Get her warm." The paramedics